I'm going to be making a espresso and Apple Jack marinated ribs. What we're going to start off first with is our marinade. And what we have here is we're going to start off with brewing some espresso. And what I have is some Apple Jack. We have some sugar that we're going to add to this. We have some paprika, cayenne pepper, some chopped garlic. I have some salt and pepper to finish. The last thing I want to add, and not to forget, is going to be some of the espresso here. Very simple marinade, and with this, what we'll do is we'll soak the ribs for at least 8 hours. You can do it for 8 to 24 hours. I'm going to be making a coffee barbecue sauce. We're going to start off with some ketchup. We have some onions, some chipotle chilies, we have brown sugar, some espresso that's been brewed. We have some crushed garlic, red wine vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, jalapenos, some molasses, some chilies, ground chilies, as well as some dry mustard. A very simple barbecue sauce. We're going to combine all these ingredients into a saucepan. Now I just add the onions. And what we're going to do is combine all the ingredients and really let it cook or simmer for about 20 minutes. Get all the flavors incorporated and get the aromas to release. And just really let the flavors in the sauce develop. In the flavor profile of this sauce, how the coffee works in here is that we have a lot of sweets, we have some spices. The espresso has a nice element of some bitters. A bitter taste in the espresso will really work nicely with all the sugars that we have, as well as the spices. It'll give us a very dynamic flavor in our barbecue sauce. What I'm going to do is just let this cook now. We'll let it simmer for a good 20-30 minutes and let all the tastes and flavors bloom and really develop into this barbecue sauce. Now that we got the flavors cooked out into our barbecue sauce, what I want to do now here is just simply to put it into a blender. We're going to puree it up and get a very, very nice sauce. Coffee just goes great with barbecues, grilling, and because of the smokiness, the characteristics within coffee lends real well to barbecuing, grilling. So it's a great ingredient that we can add that will also add some really nice flavors to it. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll puree this up. Now that we've finished pureeing our barbecue sauce, what I do is use this sauce, and as we're cooking our ribs, we can use this to baste our ribs as well as part of the cooking process. In addition to that, I'd like to take some of the whole coffee beans that we have and use that by adding a little bit at a time over our charcoals. And what this will do is incorporate some of the nice smoky flavor and the chocolate taste that comes from the coffee bean and impart that into the ribs during the cooking process. Now that I got the ribs off the grill, what we'd like to do is go ahead and plate these ribs. What I'm going to do is take a couple of the ribs and we'll slice them. Then what I also have is some barbecue sauce. I'm going to just put a little bit of sauce on the plate here. I have some of the roasted potatoes that we made. These are just some fingerling potatoes, but the nice qualities of the potatoes as we roast them, it brings out some really nice sweet flavors in it that lends well with the smokiness as well as the chocolate flavors from the coffee during the cooking process and as well as a barbecue. And then the last is to put these beautifully grilled ribs right on our plate. Here we have our espresso and Apple Jack marinated ribs smoked over coffee.